Hello, wonderful people. See, I'm wearing my glasses today. These are just for the computer. I don't actually wear glasses, but just for the computer. Okay. Today, guys, I only have about less than 45 minutes. I have Healthy Gamer at 3 p.m. my time, so less than 45 minutes. So this is gonna be a quicker workout. However, I always want to maximize my time. Monday I made 3 videos, so today I'm just gonna read the course and give like my commentary on it. Okay, I just want to also set like intention for Healthy Gamer. Okay. One second, guys. Mm-hmm. Okay. Kind of all over the place today. And also today, guys, I want to experiment. I don't know how it will go, but so I lost my gameplay footage for Phoenix, right? And I was thinking about what if I live streamed it, because I'm going to be playing anyway, and we could like record. So I could stream it, record it at the same time. Well, I'll record like in 30, 35-minute chunks, so it makes sense for my videos. All right. And let me tell you, what do we have on the agenda today? All right, we're working, I think, primarily legs. Since Wednesday, yeah, we got squat. Okay. So I'm going to start recording the video first. Okay. Hello, wonderful people. Are you feeling down because of this nihilistic world we live in? Hyper materialistic? Well, what has helped me when I'm down is the Course in Miracles. And we're going to continue from chapter 4, the right teaching and right learning. All right, we're going to read. I'm going to give my commentary. All right, so first, let's start with, sorry, let me get to hook. All right. And hi, if you're new here, I'm Cahir. I'm here to take you one step closer to self-love. Let's continue here. Number 1, right? A good teacher clarifies his own ideas and strengthens them by teaching them. Teacher and pupil are alike in the learning process. They are in the same order of learning. Unless they share the lessons, convictions will be lacking. A good teacher must believe in the ideas he teaches, but he must meet another condition. He must believe in the students to whom he offers the ideas. Mm. All right. So a lot of it, guys, is having faith in the other person. And what the Course teaches us is that like all the sparks of God are inside of us, even the people that we dislike. And that could be a very, very challenging lesson. But what the Course teaches us, so to give vitriol for whatever reason, I know sometimes we justify it. I have my moments, of course, but the Course teaches that it's never justified. All attack is a call for love. All attack is a call for love, not some attack. Very cool. All right, we're gonna keep going here, guys. I think I already read this section, or at least a part of it, but so it's okay. So we're gonna do squats here, 30 kg here. Okay. Got this, guys. Very cool. Many stand guard over their ideas because they want to protect their thought systems as they are, and learning means change. Change is always fearful to the separated because they cannot conceive of it as a move towards healing the separation. They always perceive it as a move towards further separation because the separation was their first experience of change. You believe that if you allow no change to enter into your ego, you will find peace. This profound confusion is possible only if you maintain that the same thought system can stand on two foundations. Nothing can reach spirit from the ego, and nothing can reach the ego from spirit. Spirit can neither strengthen the ego nor reduce the conflict within it. The ego is a contradiction. Yourself and God's self are in opposition. They are opposed in source, in direction, and in outcome. They are fundamentally irreconcilable because spirit cannot perceive and the ego cannot know. They are therefore not in communication and can never be in communication. Nevertheless, the ego can learn, even though its maker can be misguided. He cannot, however, make the totally lifeless out of the life given. Mm. This, like, yourself and God's self are in opposition, right? And this is what I'm also dealing with now, always, is realizing where the ego is popping up. Like, as you guys know, from my upbringing, or this emotional neglect, having CPTSD, emerged a very large shadow self, this ego. I had to like, even like this morning, I had like this all these attack thoughts still coming at me. But instead, I gave it time to listen. Be like, hey, what are you? What are you? Oh, you just want safety. You're scared, aren't you? Right? But because I have the awareness to understand that when I'm attacking myself, it's a call for love, right? But the ego is a death wish. The course teaches us. All right, all it wants is destruction. It it only wants temporary things that was temporarily satiated. But as you know, as we've lived life experience, it's never going to truly fulfill us. But this world keeps telling us, "Oh, it's a career, get the car, get the house, get the," you know. Which there's nothing inherently wrong with those things. I'm not knocking on it. I never but I think, like I said, like we all of us had some experience where we got something and then we were happy, and then like maybe for a few days, and then right? What does that mean? Right? That our happiness is never on the outside. It's always in the inner game, right? The inside. So the Holy Spirit, right? The eternal, right? All right, let's keep going. Doing such a great job, guys. Let's continue here. Round two of squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Awesome. Spirit need not be taught, but the ego must be. Learning is ultimately perceived as frightening because it leads to the relinquishment, not the destruction of the ego, to the light of spirit. This is the change the ego must fear because does not share my charity. My lesson was like yours. Because I learned it, I can teach it. I will never attack your ego, but I am trying to teach you how its thoughts arose. When I remind you of your true creation, your ego cannot but respond with fear. And this is what I'm practicing now, guys, is not the destruction of the ego, because the ego is how we experience physical reality, right? We need like a personality to understand, to play this game of life, right? So it's not destroying the ego. I also had moments like that where it's like, ah, like, kill your ego, death to the ego. um, but it's not over identifying with the ego, and it's not trying to destroy the ego, but relinquish the power it has over us, right? And relinquishment is, we can be aware of the ego or the attack thoughts, but we look at it as a call for love. We can talk to it, or soothe it, whatever permission slip works for you, but we don't give it power. We don't follow that guidance, right? But like my attack thoughts are like, oh, yeah, why don't you get a real job, Jim? Right. I say Jim. That's like one of our improv stuff that we always the scene partner. If we don't come up with a name, is always like Jim. Inside joke. Um, those are just parroting the words of like my father, right? Which like he probably, I think, just wants me to be secure financially. I understand, right? We okay. Remember when I'm also working with like Dan, the happiness coach, it's like all these stress or anxiety that I'm feeling, these are just signals to like, oh, what is my body trying to tell me? Right. And when I did talk to my attack thoughts, I uncovered or remembered like I had this very dark image of myself, like this. My parents would always say like, "Oh, you're going to end up on the street. You're going to be homeless. You're going to be poor." Very use like fear-based motivation to get me to change, right? I tried that for many years, not very effective. you know, um, so we could be aware of it. I'm like, oh, that's a funny picture you have. I didn't know you're a fortune teller now. you know, but like where you relinquish it, we don't give it power. All right, we're gonna round three of squat, guys. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. All right. Nice. Next, we have chest press. Let's continue here. Teaching and learning are your greatest strengths now because they enable you to change your mind and help others to change theirs. All right, purpose of the channel here, and why we're reading the course, right? Because it's all about mind training. Refusing to change your mind will not prove the separation has not occurred. The dreamer who doubts the reality of his dream while he is still dreaming is not really healing his split mind. You dream of a separated ego and believe in a world that rests upon it. This is very real to you. You cannot undo it by not changing your mind about it. If you are willing to renounce the role of guardian of your thought system and open it up to me, I will correct it very gently and lead you back to God. Mm. Sorry, I just ate dinner. So opening our thought system to the Holy Spirit right? For our us to be gently corrected, right? All these attack thoughts, right, they need to be gently corrected by the Holy Spirit, by saying, Holy Spirit, let me see this differently. So what do I see? Right? I see a young man, you know, I'm and to berate him will solve nothing, will help nobody, right? About my videos, but the self beratement, right? I was whipping myself into shape, right? Why? Because I had this fear based image of myself. If I don't whip myself, I'm gonna end up on this. I'm gonna end up homeless. I'm gonna be this lazy piece of shit that no one's gonna love me. I'm gonna have no money in the bank account. I'm gonna be a fucking failure. Right? Fear based motivation, and that can only go so far, guys. Um, and it when I dropped that story, that's when my physical body started transforming. Also, like of course, the inner peace. Well, that's the most important. But it's just the physical body is a reflection. When I dropped that fear based narrative, everything got easier, right? Because I think we believe we need this fear based other way. All right. Next, we got bench press, guys. Yeah, I'm thinking about like how I'm swearing, playing games. Is that like is that spiritual? I got about a little less than half an hour. So, like I said, healthy gamer soon. And I'm planning, guys. Friday should be like a normal, longer workout where I could batch a few more videos, audio. As I'm using Descript right now to help me make these videos. You know, a little expensive right now because I kept using the, had like it has the AI credit system. Like, god dang it, but I don't know. It's really helpful though. So I'm gonna just keep experimenting with it because CapCut also can edit audio, but not as good as Descript. Okay, guys. I usually do this. I think 6 reps. I'm also like maybe soon, but like I was thinking about buying heavier plates, but I don't know, not right now. I just bought these recently. And also for the live stream guys, like I'm also like understanding it's a the process your emotions is to accept, right? Because a lot of I think what I did in the past was to reject how I was feeling in the moment, right? Like I shouldn't be feeling like this. But understanding what is the source, right? What is the source? Like I had to dig a little bit deeper to see like why am I attacking myself again? I used to be like, oh, I shouldn't be attacking myself. I should be spiritual. And I was like, no. What am I believing? What's this? What's and I saw that fear-based image again. I'm like, of course, right? That's all right. Okay, let us continue bench press here, guys. All right. What? That's pretty good, I think. Great job, guys. Every good teacher hopes to give his students so much of his own learning that they will one day no longer need him. Yes. This is the one true goal of the teacher. It is impossible to convince the ego of this because it goes against all of its own laws. But remember that laws are set up to protect the continuity of the system in which the lawmaker believes. It is natural for the ego to try to protect itself once you have made it, but it is not natural for you to want to obey its laws unless you believe them. The ego cannot make this choice because of the nature of its origin. You can because of the nature of yours. Mm. Yes, and this is what I believe. Because of course, well, I don't know if you know. Well, I do think it'd be cool to like work with people individually. Um, kind of like a coaching, mentoring. But I feel like I need to maybe find a specific modality. This one being the podcast, but and so every good teacher hopes to give his students so much of his own learning that they will one day no longer need him. And this is what I encourage everyone because like even like Dr. K or Healthy Gamer or me or whoever, like we don't want to listen to them forever because we want to be our own guide, right? Listen to our own guidance, which knows way you know yourself way better than I know you, right? Doesn't mean to like, of course, ignore teachers, but it's all about training your mind so much that you could like learn to trust yourself, try trust your higher guidance. Okay, I'm when the ego like protects its own laws, like this whole like survival of the fittest stuff. Okay, I think it's very important to talk about this because like I see now where there's more and more separation now, like recently with this war in Iran and stuff. I feel it's so like all we all pretty much want the same thing, right? We all want safety. We all want to have the best time on earth. We want to feel safe. We want to feel healthy. We want to feel fulfilled. All of us, right? So doesn't it make sense we all come together, work together to help each other out? Like I said, unity consciousness, but the ego believes in separation, right? And separating us, competing, contrasting, right? We don't have to believe in that anymore. And this new paradigm shift that we're all experiencing on some level. Think about like how communities were formed, right? Like usually, like there's like you were in your tribe, right? You just relied on your tribe. You had a tribe, we had community. But like in this day and age, it's a rarity. But it's up to us, guys, to like make that happen, right? It's also with me and Mixed Nuts, my improv group. We try to do our best to make English improv scene in Warsaw, creating a community. People can meet, people can have laughter. That's that's beautiful stuff, and I want to expand it also here, creating a community for men and women, not just for men. It's like we can talk about our feelings, talk about what's going on, find peace in the Holy Spirit. All right, very cool. Let's continue bench press. I don't know. I don't even care if no one's like really watching the live stream, guys. I just I don't know. I like doing this. That's what it counts the most, right? It's like I really like reading the course, and I also want to do my own scripted things. And I think when I talked to AI, that was kind of cool too. Okay, second round, chest press. Doing a fantastic guy, right? Oh, I got this. One, two. Oh yeah. Very cool. Just breathe. Egos can clash in any situation, but spirit cannot clash at all. If you perceive a teacher as merely a larger ego, you'll be afraid, because to enlarge an ego would it be to increase anxiety about separation. This is like a larger ego, like I keep talking about, like this red pill stuff, alpha males. I fell into that also when I was 25, maybe not like super deep, believe me, I'm not. But I got into this pickup artist thing, like like real social dynamics, RSD. All these people, but I banged 100 girls. Oh man. Oh, it's funny now, but this is why I'm also making the channel, because they're just right, being a larger ego. I have more money, I have more girls, therefore I'm better than you. Listen to what I have to say. Mm. I will teach with you and live with you if you will think with me. But my goal will always be to absolve you finally from the need for a teacher. This is the opposite of the ego orientated teacher's goal. He is concerned with the effect of his ego on other egos, and therefore interprets their interactions as a means of ego preservation. I will not be able to devote myself to teaching if I believe this. I will not, and you will not be a devoted teacher as long as you believe it. I am constantly being perceived as a teacher, either to be exalted or rejected, but I do not accept either perception for myself. Mm, mm. Not sure, not sure what to add. If I need to add anything, really. Mm. Oh, I just want to add, like in my own, search for meaning. Um, I did look for coaches, mentors, and I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with that. But it's about building your own strength. You understand? This is why I love Healthy Gamer the most of all the modalities I tried, because they just ask good questions. It's never unsolicited advice unless they ask, "Hey, can I give you my perspective, my advice?" Only for your agreement. Um, I really reject. It's like, oh, I have all the answers. Listen to me. That's probably like the way I grew up. Like I'm older. I know all the answers. I know everything. Was it like egos can clash. We see it all over in many aspects of life, how egos can clash about pretty much anything, like even with improv, something I love and enjoy. Like if you we'll get into details, like like how big egos can get on, like with acting and stuff. Like Okay. But spirit cannot, right? Because I look at improv as a way of spreading joy, of spreading love, right? And doing my best here um, to fulfill that mission. You know? All right. We're going to do last one of bench press. And we have 12 minutes left here. All right. We're resting too much between. That's okay. All right. All right. Doing last round of bench press, guys. Doing such a cool thing. All right. We got this. We got this. We got this. All right. Let's do it. Since tight. One. Oi. Okay. Cool stuff, guys. Next, we got shrugs. Your worth is not established by teaching or learning. Your worth is established by God. As long as you dispute this, everything you do will be fearful, particularly any situation that lends itself to the belief in superior, sup, let's English first language, right? And superiority and inferiority. Teachers must be patient and repeat their lessons until they are learned. Right? That's the thing. We got to be patient. Keep repeating until it's like it's second nature. I'm willing to do this because I have no right to set your learning limits for you. Again, nothing you do or think or wish or make is necessary to establish your worth. One more time. Nothing you do or think or wish or make is necessary to establish your worth. This point is not debatable except in delusions. Your ego is never at stake because God did not create it. Your spirit is never at stake because He did. Any confusion on this point is delusional, and no form of devotion is possible as long as this delusion lasts. Right? I love how it's particularly in any situation leads to, superiority and inferiority. That was like with money, right? How many of my brothers and sisters out there, I'm still dealing with that too. With like, if someone's like a millionaire, a billionaire, or not, they have a house, so you don't, stuff like that. Oh, I'm so inferior. Oh, right? When we understand our worth is created by God, right, it can never be taken away from us, no matter what we do. Just like what Jesus is talking about, like, oh, right? I understand we're still like moving towards this understanding this, but just like it's like if we understand everything is in this temporal nature, right? Like something's coming in my head, like um, when Genghis Khan would attack, and someone would be like, "Hey, I'm a noble. I have lots of money. Don't attack me." And be like, "Nope." And like, Yeah, and, like, take all his possessions away, and, like, is he a noble, for his whole life, he was a nobleman, but, like, it was taken away from him, you know what I mean? But our inherent worth, it can never be taken away. Never, ever, 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 right? But if you came up with a dynamic like I did, like, "Oh, it's based on your productivity, like, how much money you're making, how are your relationships," you know? It could be like, "Oh, I'm worthy, I'm not worthy, I'm worthy, I'm not worthy." And so the peace of God is, I am always worthy, always, can never be taken away. We can forget. I for sure forget a lot. But, like, the purpose of this channel and all these videos is just reminding every day, "Hey, I'm as perfect as God created me. I'm as perfect as God created me." It's very easy to forget. That's why it's very important to make videos and like this to keep reminding, that we're worthy no matter what. Okay, next we have shrugs, guys. Okay. Oh, I got a like. Awesome. Thank you. Okay. Hope you guys are enjoying this workout sermon. All right. All right. See, this is why, like, my avatar is a paladin. What's more paladin than doing a sermon and working out? Okay. We got only about 6 minutes, so probably do like one or two. We're doing shrugs, guys. 30 kg. Oh, I'm not sure. Might be a little bit. I always say when I do shrugs, it's too much weight. That's okay. The ego tries to exploit all situations into forms of praise for itself in order to overcome its doubts. It will remain doubtful as long as you believe in its existence. You who made it cannot trust it because in your right mind you realize it is not real. The only sane solution is not to try to change reality, which is indeed a fearful attempt, but to accept it as it is. Like with the principle of improv, we say yes and to reality. You are part of reality, which stands unchanged beyond the reach of your ego, but within easy reach of spirit. When you are afraid, be still and know that God is real, and you are his beloved Son in whom he is well pleased. Do not let your ego dispute this, because the ego cannot know what is as far beyond its reach as you are. Mm. Right? In our right mind, we know that we are blessed sons of God. And we know we are holy loving, holy lovable. That's our truth with a capital T. Mm. And we says like accepting reality is accepting this divine reality of who we truly are. Mm. I'm gonna repeat one more time. When you are afraid, be still and know that God is real and you are his beloved son in whom he is well pleased. Mm. How comforting is that, guys? Oh man, this is why I love the course. Mm. We're gonna do one more, I think. Probably one more shoulder, one more lesson, and that probably should be it. Let's continue. Oh yeah, I'm about to call you then. Okay. All right, we'll continue this by ourselves. Okay. God is not the author of fear. You are. You have chosen to create unlike him and have therefore made fear for yourself. You are not at peace because you are not fulfilling your function. God gave you a very lofty function that you are not meeting. Your ego has chosen to be afraid instead of meeting it. When you awaken, you will not be able to understand this because it is literally incredible. Do not believe the incredible now. Any attempt to increase its believableness is merely to postpone the inevitable. The inevitable is fearful to the ego, but joyous to the spirit. God is inevitable, and you cannot avoid him any more than he can avoid you, right? Because we are aspects of the creator, right? There is no separation between us and all that is, right? Like look, you can look at the science too, like the quantum entanglement, all this, we're all connected, right? This is the truth of the capital T. You can't deny it, right? I mean, you can, but like facts are facts. Yeah? All right. I have Healthy Gamer now. So I'll have to sign off. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this journey. I hope, of course, miracles lighten up your day a little bit. All right. May the Holy Spirit light your path wherever it takes you. Take care.